does happen.
Well, we're not going to see what most people are expecting. That's for sure. I can guarantee that, because most people looking at the weights and saying, oh, they're too far apart. Canelo's too big. No, we're not going to see what y'all think we're going to see. We're going to see a...
Canelo, what did you think about the shove, that moment that happened on stage?
Now, I'm turning it on right now.
Right? Yeah. Did it make you want to go harder for the 13?
I don't know, but made me feel more excited.
I love it.
I'm gonna train so far.
Roy Jones Jr. just finished training with Terence Crawford, and he didn't hold back. Canelo's going to sleep. That's not casual talk, it's the verdict from one of boxing's most brilliant minds. After watching Crawford spar, move, and adapt in real time, Roy saw a fighter who's not just elite but dangerous. He noticed the added weight and how well Crawford carried it, and even with the extra size, Crawford still looked fast, fluid, and sharp. Roy's seen greatness before, but what he saw in Crawford felt different. To him, this isn't just another big fight, it's a knockout waiting to happen. And if anyone understands jumping weight classes to make history, it's Roy Jones Jr.
On the streets, you and Canelo, what would it look like?
Come on, man. Yeah, I know what I do. I ain't got to talk about it. On the streets, I'm me against anybody. I ain't never going to say another man going to whoop me. So, you know what I mean? That's your answer right there.
I guess in Guadalajara, you'd think it'd be a little different on the streets if Terence came to town?
I think every city, every place is different, no? It's different. But we don't talking about the streets. We're talking about boxing.
That tone from Roy only turns the heat up on a fight. Already being called one of the biggest of the decade, Crawford isn't tiptoeing into the spotlight, he's charging straight into it. With full confidence, that became clear when Canelo requested a smaller ring, clearly trying to limit Crawford's movement. He knows Bud won't stand and trade, he'll move, set traps, and work angles. But instead of brushing it off, Crawford fired back loud and clear.
I go back and forwards, to be honest with you. Like, when I talk to Bud, kind of like he convinces me that he's going to win the fight because he's such a believer in his own ability, and he's very convincing. And then you see the presser yesterday, and I thought Canelo looked really well. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, he's a big lump, so I was always Canelo, then I sort of leant towards Bud, but now I'm back with Canelo, so we'll see.
The only running I'll be doing, Crawford said at a press conference, is running upside his head, and he's got a big head too. It was a slick shot, funny. But with purpose, Crawford flipped the script. He didn't reject the idea of pressure, he welcomed it. I'm hunting him, he said. I'm hunting everything he's got, and I'm taking it all on September 13th. This isn't trash talk for hype, it's laser-focused confidence from a fighter who believes the moment already belongs to him.
Amongst the era that surpassed us, you know, the Floyd, the Pacquiao, the De La Hoya, we both came up in that era, and he was right there with those fighters, and he got the chance to fight the Miguel Cottos, the Floyd Mayweathers, and you know, the Kovalevs and Triple G's, and I wasn't able to get those mega fights, you know, so this is my mega fight, this is my moment, and that's the reason why I want to fight an all-time great like Canelo.
These aren't just wild claims, they're calculated. Crawford is 41-0 with 31 knockouts. He's conquered for weight classes and just added a 5th by dominating Israel Madrimov for the super welterweight title. Now, he's jumping up to more divisions to face the undisputed king at super middleweight. Meanwhile, Canelo is coming off one of the flattest performances of his career, an uneventful decision win over William Skull. While Crawford keeps rising, Canelo seems to be coasting, and for a fight of this magnitude, that contrast couldn't be more important.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this in the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody like that. You got to show me that you can beat me.
Canelo emphasized that Crawford's attempts to make him chase around won't succeed, while Crawford fired back firmly. He asserted that he's not here to run circles in the ring, but to bring real heat stake in his ground to deliver a thrilling battle for the fans.
Terence Crawford, does he have an opportunity to beat Canelo?
I think if anybody has a chance to beat Canelo, I think it's Terence Crawford. His IQ is on another level. He's a great fighter and he's strong. It's just that it's a lot of weight. I wouldn't be surprised if Terence Crawford wins. Wouldn't be surprised if he loses either. Terence Crawford, when he went up against the best opposition, like Errol Spence, he showed what level he's on, what type of dog he is. I don't know. You really have to let these fights play out to see what happens. He might get hurt. That might activate him to come back strong.
Could you still make 68?
I don't want to make 68.
No, I know you don't. Terence wins 68.
Yeah, well, if that's, yeah, I can make 168.
At their Riyadh press conference, the tension spiked. Canelo openly challenged Crawford's durability, criticizing his physicality, while Crawford responded undeterred. Declaring himself fully prepared for the showdown, it was clear no one was backing down.
It's cool. Well,
is there a champion?
I'm going to fight another elite
there is
fighter
a champions, good fighters, but elite fighters is different.
So,
wait.
So I'm going to fight an elite fighter in September.
Yeah. Okay.
Then we're going
to find out.
Then we're going to find out.
And don't get me wrong, you're a great fighter.
I know I'm great.
You're a great fighter. But are you going to find out? I hope your uncle Turki Alashi pay you enough money, because it's going to be the last. That's
it
for
may
sure.
be. It may be. Maybe.
I hope he pay you enough.
But you know, after fighters fight me, they never the same. So I just hope your career continue.
If you look at my career, never.
Crawford continued to declare his moment had arrived, pledging to win decisively. He dismissed doubters and outside expectations, focusing solely on victory. Canelo, in turn, reaffirmed he has no intention of losing. Only a win will do for him.
Happen in boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that, you know, is his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do way better. You know what I'm saying? But you know, Crawford is a legend, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and like I said, you can't count him out. You know what I'm saying?
When asked if an experienced veteran like Canelo could still teach him something, Crawford retorted sharply, he won't be taking orders in the ring. He questioned who would support Canelo. Once they entered battle, ready instead to land powerful, clean shots.
The others say, like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like, once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, you know, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he still got that kind of steam. But, you know, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a legend. It's just so much.
Canelo reminded everyone of his vast experience facing diverse opponents across weight divisions, insisting that people underestimate the depth of his skill set. He emphasized that his strength is just one tool in a far-reaching arsenal.
He hopes you don't run. And Turki has a knockout bonus in this fight. And there seems to be something out there like the way for you to win this fight is to move. Is that true?
Listen.
Turki, you need to put a small ring.
Following the press conference, the air reverberated with tension. Neither fighter flinched during the intense stare down. Their unwavering expression spoke volumes. This was a mental clash as much as a physical one.
Disappointment if this did normal boxing numbers, you know, and let's be real, you know what Jake Paul is gonna say. He already shitted on this fight. Don't let the numbers not come anywhere close to his numbers with Tyson, and it's gonna be all bad. Would it even matter if Bud and Canelo didn't do the numbers of Jake and Tyson? Or is that an indictment on the sport that, you know, it's just showing what our fan base prefers, right?
Pro pundit Boma weighed in, noting Canelo's recent setbacks compared to Crawford's unblemished run. He praised Crawford's ring intelligence and spatial awareness and predicted that Crawford's refined skill set could very well land another loss on Alvarez.
Hey, Matt. Yeah. The only running that I'm gonna be doing is running upside his head, and I can assure you that. Facts. And he got a big head too.
Analyst Jen Gray echoed that sentiment, calling the matchup virtually even. He lauded Canelo's power and size, but credited Crawford's technique and defense. Gray concluded that regardless of the victor, the fight promises to be epic. Gray reiterated his praise for both fighters' strengths, Canelo's sheer power and physical advantage, and Crawford's strategic acumen. He expects a razor-close bout between 2 elite-level champions.
I would pick Terence Crawford to beat a Canelo Alvarez, even at 168. Everybody can call me crazy and whatever you want to say. I get it. Y'all didn't believe me when I told you about Spence, but trust me, Crawford will figure out a way. I know a secret y'all don't know, and I ain't gonna tell you why I would pick Terence Crawford, but it's part of the secret is the reason why I'm picking him to win the fight. So
the only running that I'm gonna be doing is running upside his head, and I can assure you that. Facts. And he got a big head too.
The
only, hey Matt. Yeah.
Canelo, and he fights at 168 plus, so I don't see me and him fighting. So
What's the highest you could fight at realistically?
I would say 154 realistically.
154.
You know,
So
them boys get big up there. Them boys get big up there. And I'm not a person to, toot my own horn too.
Oscar De La Hoya believes Canelo's size gives him an edge, but admits it's unpredictable. With both fighters in top form, he says the outcome is anyone's guess given the high stakes and elite talent on display. Oscar De La Hoya believes Canelo's size gives him an edge, but admits it's unpredictable. With both fighters in top form, he says the outcome is anyone's guess given the high stakes and elite talent on display.